Tanzania kulikuwa kuna wifi, nishazoea naona kama
Bwana.
Kasim, mambo? Safi. That is great. Kazi utapata sasa hivi wafika.
Tuko live hapa ndani.
Hata hivi. Sasa safi. Wewe tukianza safi sana. I like it.
Tuko live.
Check YouTube.
Ushaanza kustream?
Wewe unasema ni tena ni link ya. sina wanzama nimecheza oya. Kina play no.
Even
Kama multiply. Sawa vile kama nimetoka kidogo na nguvu haya na big time. Oya. Hivi recording hapa ni koma ya nani?
hapo moto unafika.
Hapana, chumba kile. No, just down. Hapo
Kuna adapter hiyo.
Hello guys, good morning. First of all, we'd like to apologize. We're running a bit out of time. I understand we're supposed to start at 8:30. Welcome everybody. This is our third year. This is our third Moot competition, and we're very happy to have you guys around and welcome. So without further ado, for the interest of time, we'll just have Mr. Rayson, who is the Managing Director of Victor's Hub. Victor's Hub, for those who don't know, is the company that is behind the woodwork competitions, in cooperation with Victor Tourneys and other sponsors as well. So the Managing Director of Victor's Hub, Mr. Rayson, please welcome to give your opening remarks.
Okay, so guys, we'll be waiting for the president to get in, then we'll start official.
So our guest of honor, the president of Tanzania Society, Mr. Lucia is here. Please, Mrs. Lucia, welcome. Yes, we will proceed with the order of business. Rayson, please would you proceed with the opening remarks? Thank you.
Okay, the president of Tanganyika Law Society, the executive partner of Victor Attorneys and Consultants, distinguished judges, participants, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the third Victor Attorneys National Moot Court Competition 2023. And the Moot Court Competition theme for this year is centered to the Fintech and digital economy. We all understand that now the world is moving very fast in terms of technology and digital economy, the e-commerce, the issue of artificial intelligence and the Internet of the Things. So we understand that Tanzania has made some steps toward incorporating these changes, but we find that still there is a need to strengthen and at least to have well-articulated laws, regulation, and a framework which will regulate the development of technology. So we, Victor's Hub Limited, is a non-for-profit organization, and our main focus is to deal with the progression of the young lawyers, young minds, and to bring them into the market. So to the participants, the students who will participate in this Moot, this is not just a mere competition or like any other competition. This is the place where you can showcase your skills, your knowledge of the laws, and I can tell you most of the top law firm partners and owners are here. They are seeing you guys. They will choose some of you. You will join, because in most cases, all of the participants of this Moot are working in either Big Four law firms or tax consultants or law firms. So this is the place where you can showcase your skills and sell yourself. So for the interest of time, and I would like to welcome the executive partner of Victor Attorneys and Consultants, who is also the chair board of Victor's Hub Limited, to give a short opening remark, and then he will welcome the President of Tanzania Law Society to officially launch the Victor Attorneys Nation Moot. Welcome.
Thank you, Professor. So, morning all. Morning to honorable judges. I appreciate for you being here. I'm not saying about the president a little bit because he's my former mentor. I used to work with him at Living Wellness Center, and of course he's very passionate about the Moot Code. So a little bit why I'm here is just to explain that this is things which you do with passion, because I was also a participant of Moot Code. I participated into the most prestigious Moot Code, the JSAP in America. The way you see it, he's also a participant, Rachel is also a participant. Why we use a lot of money to bring the EU students, of course also use also the time of judges, which is point of view, is because we believe a single word or an exposure will change your life. And the purpose of us as Victor Attorney is not only just to get profit on our own, but also just to touch a little bit life of other junior lawyers and also to expose them. And that's why you see the first Moot Court was under Victor Attorneys, the second one was under Victor Attorneys, but we came up with the idea that why don't we just form up an entity which will bring this idea or these legacies for life. And that's why we came up with Victor's Hub, which of course is an entity, not for profit. Of course, it's company limited entity, not for profit, with the aim of promoting and enhancing the talents from school. Because the talent which you see, and because I think maybe President will also address, is that even from law school, the Moot Courts which students are participating are not really Moot Courts. But the Moot Courts which you're going to see today, these are real Moot Courts which of course we think maybe they'll also expose the student. And the other challenge which you see in this university which we are coming from, most of them, they make you believe that being a lawyer is about being a litigant, something which is not true. Or being a lawyer is about doing civil law and criminal law, something which is not true. Today you're going to meet top partners from other law firms, which of course will be your judges, who are practicing different areas of practice. And that's why you see each year we are trying to change the theme of Moot Court, because we want to expose students, and we also want to tell students that, apart from doing your civil law and criminal law, there are also other areas of interest which you can also go and mention. And you are lucky for you who qualified to be here. But this problem question were attempted by your fellow students. Of course, I think more than 50 teams, but it's only that 10 of teams are here. So you're lucky, and we expect, of course, to see much talent from you guys. Without wasting time, now I will welcome the President of Tanzania Law Society, Harold Lucia, to officially launch the third Victor Attorneys Moot Court competition. Thank you.
Assalamu participants of the Moot Court, maybe litigants in this Moot Court, organizers, partners, supporters, and everybody who is here. Good morning. I should start by thanking my brother, Benedict Ishabakaki, whom we work together, is my colleague. We were together at the Legal and Human Rights Center several years ago. And little did they know that this man is a great man in making, and he has become potentially very useful to our country and to our legal fraternity. To begin a confident. Thank you. I should say that acknowledge that you are doing good, you are doing great. Allow me, for purposes of time, to start by apology that I wish I could have stayed here to the end, but there was a change of our schedules in the board of directors of the Law School of Tanzania. As I'm speaking here, the meeting of the board has begun at the law school. I had to request our chair for a few minutes so that I can join you and say a word or two before I join them at the board of directors. So my apology that I won't be here to benefit from this great knowledge, because I know that there's a lot of knowledge generation and knowledge curation that is happening here through these Moot Courts. Allow me to also start by saying at least 3 things. Number one, I love stories. So I give a story in relation to this Moot Court. Story number one, there's a story of 6 blind men. There were 6 blind men who went to a zoo. In that particular zoo, there was an elephant. So the zookeeper allowed them to get into the place where the elephant was kept. And the zookeeper allowed them to touch the elephant. So the 6 blind men surrounded the elephant, and every one of them was able to touch one part of the body of that big elephant. The first person was able to touch the tail of the elephant, and they appreciated. That's all. The elephant, this is the elephant we are told. The elephant is just like a stick, and he went outside. The second man was able to touch the ears of the elephant, and he was very happy going outside saying, "Oh, I didn't know that the elephant is just like an umbrella." So he went out. The third person was able to touch the top of the elephant, the backbone, and he was able to say, "Oh, I didn't know that the elephant is so big. It's like a roof of a small house." So he went outside, happily knowing that he has known the elephant as big as the roof of a small house. And the other fourth one touched the legs of the elephant and said, "Oh, I'm happy. Today I have known the elephant. It's just like a paw." The other one was able to touch the tusks, and he said, "I'm happy, very, very happy. The elephant is just like a very big spear, very sharp spear, but huge trunk." And the last one was able to touch the trunk of the elephant. And he said, "Oh, little did they know that the elephant is just like a python. It's very flexible. It's like a big snake." So all of them went outside, and they were very happy. So in the recap, they were told, "Now tell us, what did you see? How do you find the elephant?" That's where the commotion started. Everybody who thought that he knew the elephant was explaining the elephant in his own way. And this is exactly what happens to us. When we know so little on something, we tend to think that is everything that we know, and that is everything that exists. Not laboring much to learn about other areas. And we will be very bitter defending our positions, regardless of the truth and the reality in the room. I don't know what are you going to argue in terms of how does the elephant look like in our blind way of doing things, looking at the laws, addressing the issues, and eventually making the conclusions. So at times we tend to kind of our horizon by looking beyond the boxes. And this is what is happening in most of the lawyers in the country. Going to Kisutu in the morning, you think you have known the law. Going to Kinonorigo district court, or maybe the land district land and housing tribunal, and you think you've known everything. That is what the law is, and that's what the practice is. Not thinking about other avenues. I'm happy that the Moot Court is helping us to expand beyond our horizons and try to explore other areas that are available, bringing in more areas of opportunities of our legal practice. So thank you for organizing the Moot Court. Without much ado, I want also to thank you for the theme. The theme of this Moot Court in terms of fintech and digital economy. I'm very passionate on issues of technological advancement, and I read a lot of books. I don't know how many of us here were able to read one of the books by Yuval Noah Harari. It's written Homo Deus. You have read Homo Deus. Very good. And there's another book by the same author, 21 questions for the 21 questions, 21 lessons for the 21st century. Read one? Yes, exactly. So when you read that book, it gives you another appetite to read more about what is happening in the globe right now. And now, in terms of advancement of technology, I think most of what we learned in our LLB is soon going to be obsolete, not useful anymore. The utility of so many things is going to be jeopardized. For instance, we learned about the Law of Marriage Act, right? And the family issues. And now, we are talking about spouses. With the advancement of technology now, some individuals are producing robots to take over the roles of a spouse. So you don't need to go and find your fellow human being for purposes of doing what? Of contracting a marriage. You just go to a shop and buy your own robot to become your husband or your wife. This is in the very near future. Is that your spouse? How is it going to be in terms of division of matrimonial property if you divorce that kind of a robot? Now we're talking about issues of marriage as children. Children are now not born by women, are produced in laboratories. We have sperm donors. So the Law of the Child Act is also going to be obsolete in terms of a right of a child to know the parents. It's not going to be somehow obsolete very soon. So many things are going to happen. The law of the war, in terms of international humanitarian law, is also seriously challenged already, and it's going to be obsolete because now, instead of recruiting soldiers, we are producing robots to fight in the front line. So, is that robot a combatant? Can a robot become a prisoner of war? So you find you're finding things are happening and changing very quickly, and soon the things are going to change. We know about brain transplantation. If somebody intelligent as my brother Benedict Shabakaki, God forbid, it's okay. But if it happens that I'm a part extent, there is now a technology that we want to preserve that good brain. We find a body around any hospital mortuary, and then we transplant that brain into somebody's body. Suppose we transplant the brain of Benedict Shabakaki to a lady somewhere here. Who that person is going to be? Who is it going to be, Benedict or somebody else? So, in terms of national registration, national identity registration, like NIDA, you have to register, and the passports, immigration, and citizenship act. If, for instance, I transplant the brain of a person from a different country to a body of somebody of a different nationality, what nationality of that person is going to be? So I am telling you that technology is going to tell us to move beyond our horizons, and that's what we have to think in the near future. So many laws are going to be obsolete. So as lawyers, with a lot of statutes in our offices, are they going to be useful? So I'm just giving being a challenge, and I know that there are so many things we're going to discuss. But now, in terms of digital economy, a number of things that we're not going to be able to see virtually. You will be just dealing with what? With digits. You don't need to go anywhere else now to do your transactions by meeting anybody. We have bots that are answering your phone calls. So, if something happens in terms of you are misled by a bot, whom will you sue? So, there's so many things that are happening now that we also have to take into consideration. The use of artificial intelligence. For instance, now most of the professions are going to be obsolete as well. Teachers, lawyers, doctors, etc., etc. So if, for instance, we have a robot who's a robot which is meant to be your teacher and misleads you, where are you going to sue that robot? For instance, a robot is a lawyer and the robot commits a misconduct. How do you punish that robot? So, our ethical rules, are they going to apply? The court etiquette, is the robot going to put on a gown and a bib? So think about these things that are coming in, and think about the contemporary things that we are doing. And most of what we are doing, perhaps sooner or later, are going to be obsolete. I'm not discouraging you, but I'm encouraging you to think beyond these normal horizons that we are always doing. Think beyond the box. Try to do things that are new. There is a gentleman called Sigmund. Sigmund was able to come up with the equation on the change management. Change does not go in a straight line. If you draw a graph of change, Sigmund is saying change goes in an S shape. The things that don't matter today will be the things that will dominate the world tomorrow. So what I'm telling you is that there's things that we can just ignore. Because like the technological advancement, when the newspapers heard that there is a radio invented, they were not afraid. They say, a radio, who's going to listen to a radio? Eventually the radio took over the newspapers. When the radio owners heard that there is an invention of a television, they say, who's going to watch the television? Eventually the television took over the radios. And when the mobile phones came in, so many people took it for granted. Companies like Canon, companies like Fiji Films, Kodak, thought that it's business as usual. Who is now using the cameras that were made? They had to advance and also capture the new technology, because otherwise they are going to become obsolete. The televisions thought that the social media is nothing. But now every television and every media house, big media house, has to go into having their own kind of the social media platform in order to be able to go. Otherwise they become redundant and obsolete. So this is what is telling us as lawyers. We should be thinking about that change equation, the graph that goes in an S shape. The things that you think don't matter today, tomorrow are going to be the dominant things that will rule the world. So I encourage you to look at those things that everybody will be ignoring. Try to explore the opportunities available and move forward. Capture that opportunity and you will become relevant tomorrow and dominate the market. May God bless you. I declare the session open. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. I wish you a very good Moot.
And we will inform you about the winner.
Yes. Nikipata nafasi ile moment asante sana. Nimeshukuru sana nikaona mnavyoshiriki. Naomba nimsalimie rafiki yangu. Sijawacha pekee ni mmoja na huyu mwenyekiti wa Association of Young Lawyers, the chair of the Association of Young Lawyers on my behalf. Going to take over. But I will be asante.
Yes, so we have one more speaker. Mr. Heche came in a little bit late. We understand that the protocol has already been broken because the guest of honor spoke before him. But we will just wait for him to give us a few remarks, just briefly, of his own. Mr. Heche.
sana na kuwepo katika kizazi chetu hichi cha wanasheria, hasa nikitambua jukumu langu kama mwenyekiti wa mawakili vijana, na nyie ndio vijana ambao of course tunawategemea katika kuendesha hizi harakati ambazo tunazianza, lakini pia tukitambua kuwa kadri tunavyoenda teknolojia jinsi inavyozidi kupanuka na jinsi mambo yanavyozidi kubadilika, ni muhimu sasa kwa hichi ambacho wanakifanya wenzetu, hasa hawa Victoria Tony, kuwa na uwezo mkubwa, kuwa na uwezo tofauti wa kuangalia mambo mengine ili tuendane na kasi ya kizazi na mabadiliko jinsi yanavyotutaka. Wenzangu, tunashuhudia mabadiliko ya haraka katika ulimwengu wa teknolojia ya kifedha, na katika haya mabadiliko ambayo tunayashuhudia, swala la udhibiti ni muhimu sana kwa wanasheria kama sisi sasa, ili tuweze kupata ujuzi mpya tunavyoweza kuelewa kushughulika na changamoto za kisheria zinazoendana na maendeleo na mabadiliko haya. Lakini katika kuzingatia maneno ya Mzee Madiba, aliwahi kusema kwamba elimu ni silaha yenye nguvu kubwa sana inayoweza kufanya mabadiliko chanya katika jamii yetu. Kwa hiyo kwa washiriki na waandaaji wa mashindano haya, tunapata nafasi sio tu ya kuonyesha uwezo wetu, lakini ni nafasi pia ya kujifunza, kuweza kuonyesha ujuzi, weledi na maono yetu. Kwa hiyo tutakapokuwa tunayafanya haya, ni lazima pia tuzingatie kwamba hii ni nafasi adimu sana ambayo tunaipata kuonyesha weledi wetu, kuonyesha competence tulionayo na kuonyesha uwezo, kwa sababu hata safari ndogo huanza na safari kubwa. Kwa hiyo usiudharau mwanzo mdogo ambao uko hapa leo na ukoona kwamba uko mbali sana. Mimi kipindi naanza safari yangu ya elimu kama hivi nilianzia huko Tarime vijijini, na baadhi ya watu ambao walikuwa wanani-inspire ni kama Mheshimiwa Rais wetu huyu ambaye tumemwona leo. Kuanzia miaka 2009-2008 hapo, ni mtu ambaye tayari alikuwa ameshakuwa recognized, anajulikana, na sikuwahi kujua kama kweli ningeweza kukaa hata meza moja naye kushauriana kitu. Lakini leo hii kwa uwezo wa kutokukata tamaa, kwa uwezo wa kuamini unachokifanya, leo hii tunaweza tukakaa naye kwenye baraza la uongozi tukashauriana katika mawazo. Kwa hiyo ndugu zangu, kwa vijana ambao ndio mnaanza, na waasa sana kwamba msikate tamaa kwa kile ambacho mnakifanya, kwa sababu safari inakuwa na vikwazo, lakini the way ambapo unaweza kupersist vile vikwazo, ukaresist, ndio hapo sasa utakuja kutambua. Na mara nyingine unaweza ukakata tamaa na watu wakakuelewa, kama kwa ugumu wa safari kukata tamaa na watu wakakuelewa, lakini safari inakuwa nzuri sana baada ya kuresist vile vikwazo na kuvishinda. Ndio hapo sasa unakuja baadaye unasema kwamba kipindi fulani nilitaka kukata tamaa, lakini niliweza kushinda. Kwa ndugu zangu, kwa mawakili ambao nyie tunawategemea baadaye, na of course mtajiunga kwenye mmoja wa mawakili vijana, ninawaasa mnapokuwa mnaendelea na safari yenu, msikate tamaa na muamini kwamba Mungu yuko pamoja nami, na nyie pia na muamini katika ndoto na jitihada. Mimi naamini katika ndoto na jitihada. Kipindi mimi naanza safari kama nilivyowaambia, sikuamini kama mimi leo hii ningeweza kufika hapa nilipo, hata kwa kidogo, ingawa nikawa mwenyekiti wa mawakili vijana nchi nzima. Sikuamini, lakini kadri nilivyokuwa najifunza na kupitia ugumu wa mambo, ndio sasa nilipokuja kuona kwamba kile ambacho nilipokuwa nakipigania kumbe ni hichi, na nikatambua umuhimu wake. Kwa ndugu zangu, mimi kama mwenyekiti wa mawakili vijana, nafasi yangu sio tu kwa ajili ya kuzungumza kwenye majukwaa, lakini pia kuhamasisha na vijana wenzangu kama nyie, kuhamasisha na kuwaambia kwamba hichi mnachokifanya ni kitu ambacho kinawezekana, ni kitu ambacho ni valid, na mna haja yoyote ya kuogopa. Juzi nimeona kuna mwanasheria huyo aliyekuwa anasema wakili fake. Ile ni confidence tu yule mtu anayo. ameweza kushinda watu ambao ni well trained. Sasa utakapokuwa unakosa confidence ya kile kitu ambacho unakiamini, huwezi kufanya kitu chochote. Kwa hiyo kitu cha kwanza, unapokuwa unataka kufanya kitu chochote, ni lazima uwe na uwezo wa kujiamini. Kwa hiyo kwa wale ambao umepata fursa hii ya kuonyesha uwezo hapa, ambao umepata nafasi hii ya elimu, ni lazima uonyeshe uwezo, uweze kudemonstrate. Kuna watu wako hapa wanawaangalia, lakini huwezi kujua wanawaangalia, huwezi kujua kwamba kuja kwako hapa leo kutafungua safari yako nyingine. Kwa hiyo kwa machache hayo, na nasema nimefurahi sana kuwa hapa, na washukuru sana waandaaji wa hichi kitu. Tumekuwa tukiona vitu vingi vinatokea, kimfano matokeo yanayokuwa sio mazuri, lakini mimi naamini kwamba kuna wakati katika huu mfumo wetu wa elimu tunatakiwa kubadilisha jambo. Hichi kitu ambacho kinafanyika hapa na dadangu Beni na wenzako mnaoshirikiana, ni kitu ambacho sasa tunatakiwa kukipigania ili tuweze kuinstili katika mfumo wetu wa elimu. Kwa sababu jiulize, unasoma kuanzia, mfano mimi nilianzia certificate nikaenda diploma. Unasoma tu unashindilia tu mavitu ya kalili. Unatoka hapo unaenda degree, the same. Hapo unakuja kumaliza degree, unakuja law school, unakuja kukutana na vitu ambavyo unaviona ni vipya kabisa. Lakini tungekuwa na hii spirit ambayo inafanyika hapa, tungeweza kuinstill vijana wetu wakapata maono na wakajua kwamba hivi vitu vinafanyikaje ni practical. Sasa unakuja mtu unafika hapa law school, unakuja kama unaanza kukutana na vitu vipya, lakini kwa sababu gani? Ni kwa sababu hatuna hii spirit ambayo wanayoifanya wenzetu. Kwa hiyo ndugu zangu vijana, tunapokuwa tunapata nafasi, tuna uwezo wa kuandika majarida mbalimbali, tuna uwezo wa kusema kama hivi. Ni lazima tuhakikishe tunapaza sauti ili kurekebisha mfumo wetu wa elimu, ili tuweze kuendana na kazi na jinsi ambavyo dunia inatutaka sasa hivi. Kwa hiyo nawashukuru sana ndugu zangu, Mungu awabariki kwa waandaaji na washiriki wote, Mungu aweze kuwabariki, mwe na mashindano mema, lakini sio tu kushinda, uangalie kwamba huku juu, huku baada huko mtakapotoka, hapa juu ndugu zangu ni lazima muweze kuunga alliance. Unajua tunapokuwa katika mazingira unaangalia mimi nina GPA ya juu sijui na nini, lakini huku juu tutakapofika, ni muhimu sasa tujue kwamba tunatakiwa wote tunakuwa sawa. Na yule ambaye alikuwa anapata labda second hapa class na mwingine anapata ile ya kwanza, lazima mnafika hapa juu wote mnakuwa same. Na unaweza kushangaa yule ambaye ndio kuna mziki darasani hata utaki kuwa na namba yake, ndio unahitaji akusaidie. Kwa tuweze kusikiliza mawazo ya watu wote, tuweze kuchangamka, tuweze kushirikiana. Hivyo ndivyo ambavyo tunaweza tukafanya kazi kwa umoja. Nawashukuru sana, Mungu awabariki sana. Asanteni sana kwa hii nafasi.
Yes, so we have one more last activity, which is the launch of the Legal Hackers, as you can see behind me here. The first Moot Court competition, the theme of the competition was permanent sovereignty over natural resources. That was in 2021. The second theme, which was last year, the second Moot Court competition, was on data protection and privacy. That was before we even had the law in Tanzania, so we had to use the South African law in order for the students to write the memorials and to make their arguments. But this year, the theme is centered around fintech and digital commerce. And as such, it is the best time to launch a Tanzanian chapter of the Legal Hackers. So Legal Hackers, this is just like a community, which is a global movement. In other countries, the movement has been established and has various activities as well. In Africa, our fellow Kenyans are doing the most, but in Tanzania we didn't have it. So this is just like a community where law and tech meet, an intersection where lawyers and technocrats can sit down, deliberate, innovate, and create solutions for various tech-related matters. And so today with me here are some of the founding committee members. We have Fatma Haruna Songoro with me, we've got Bertha, and we've got Catherine. Other founding members include Rayson Lucas, and then we have Edson as well, and we have Grace. who are not here, unfortunately. So briefly, I would like to welcome Ms. Fatma Haruna to just take us through what we intend to do with the legal hackers here in Dar es Salaam. Welcome.
So, good morning everyone. It's such a great morning. I'm so glad to see you all. I hope you're all excited for the West Coast as I am. And I'd like to thank you all for being here, for honoring Victor's invitation and Vivian's invitation. So, as Edith spoke, we are today launching the Dar Legal Hackers chapter. The Dar Legal Hackers chapter is part of the global chapter of the legal hacker community. And it has existed for over 20 years globally, but in Tanzania we didn't have a chapter. So when we launched the Dar Legal Hacker chapter, the chapter is actually a platform that actually works on bringing collaboration, innovation, and progress together. We intend for it to be a platform where lawyers, startup entrepreneurs, policymakers sit and try to brainstorm on how best technology can be regulated in Tanzania and find solution on how best, and also encourage self-regulation of the techies, because globally, regulation of technology is proving to be a challenge as technology is moving fast. So there is a movement of encouraging the tech people to adopt ethical practices, to adopt self-regulation, to ensure that whatever technology is being deployed, no harm or violation of human rights is happening. As it has been seen that there is a great rise in human rights violation as technology is being deployed across all areas of our lives. So in that regard, our chapter is actually open to all. We invite students, we invite the lawyers, we invite engineers, anyone can be a member of the platform. It's free, membership is free, and we hope you guys will join the chapter. We want to build a community where lawyers are able to understand technology. When you have clients who are tech-based companies, you're able to correctly guide them and correctly inform them. And with that short remark, I'd like to declare that the Dar Legal Hacker chapter is launched, and we look forward to having you all in the chapter. Thank you.
So we will have the registration sheets downstairs for those who are interested to join with the movement. And I think that's it. We will be soon having the sessions, the Moot court sessions, the preliminary rounds with the judges and the competitors. So with all due respect, the judges, please could you go to the judges' lounge, whereby the bailiffs will come to pick you up when the rounds are up and take you to the respective rooms where the competition will be carried out. But the competitors, please would you remain seated? Thank you, everybody. So far before I start, is there anybody who has an issue? So soon we'll be starting the rounds. I hope you know the respective rooms where you're supposed to go for the competition, for each team. You do know? Okay, that's great. Another thing, there'll just be media people passing by the rooms, taking photos and videos just for record keeping and also for your consumption as well, so do not be alarmed, just stay composed. I think that is all. If there isn't any further issue, for those who are competing in this room, should remain in this room. For all others who are competing in this room, please, would you go to the respective rooms? Thank you.
Gracias.